It's quite a hot day in Nice now, but we're not complaining. It is a beautiful day. We've been longing for these beautiful warm days. We've had a couple of rainy days in the summer. We've been longing for this, and God is giving us what we were asking for. So yeah, here we are. Welcome everyone that is watching. I'm not sure who is watching, but whoever you are, wherever you are watching from, once again, thank you so much for taking your time to come and tune in to Talk Tank. You are watching us from our YouTube channel, which is Garden Road TV. If you're not watching us from Garden Road TV, you are obviously watching us from Black and White Visual Media page, Facebook page. And the reason we are still streaming from Black and White Visual Media is because Black and White Visual Media is our sponsor, is the company that is the one that's making this all possible, the one that's got all these cameras shooting us and all the sound. So we're grateful, and also because most of you are followers of Black and White Visual Media. So we've got the advantage of the numbers. Welcome. Without further ado, let me introduce my guests. I've got Maxwell and Jade Kiewitz that are joining me today. Guys, welcome to Talk Tank.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun-packed, I'm sure it's going to be a fun-packed conversation. I don't like to call it an interview. It's going to be a fun-packed conversation. And you guys feel free to talk about anything that you'd like to talk about. I want the people to get to understand and know you better. And obviously you being as authentic as much as possible. No one is paying us for this. I don't have SAP whatever or E whatever paying me to do this. So hey, we're free. We're free. Max, Jade, welcome once again, and officially thank you. I'm gonna be more professional now and more formal now, and getting to know you. Max, let me start with you if that's okay. They do say ladies first. Ladies first. Okay, I'll start with the ladies first. There's nothing wrong with that. Jade, we were talking just now before the show started. Just give us a brief description, or just a caption, let me call it that. If I were to put a picture of Jade, what would the caption be?
I would probably say I'm a wife of a beast. Wife of a beast. I'm a mom of two beasts. And I'm a fitness chef.
Yeah.
Because, chefs, you think, lots of food.
Yeah.
But I'm into the fitness too, so I've combined the two, and I say I'm a fitness chef.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I like that. That's a good caption.
That's
Mr.
me.
Producer, you think that's a good caption? Your turn.
Sweet and short. I thought it's very difficult for me to can't do TikToks because of that 1 minute things. Can't speak in 1 minute. I'm a person that's very detailed, but I'll say hashtag God's warrior, hashtag dad mode, and hashtag family man. That'd be the easiest way to explain who I am. But we'll get deeper into it. We'll get properly into it.
Yeah.
I'll properly explain who I am.
All right. That's good. That's a good caption. That's a great caption. My caption: podcaster, photographer, fitness. I think that describes it. Max, we were talking the other day at the gym when we were initiating this gathering.
Yes.
When I was trying to get you guys to come here. And I said to you, it would be nice to have you and your wife so that you can talk about your businesses. I know your wife is running this business and you're running this business. And you quickly corrected me and said, no, wait, Africa, it is one business. So for all this time, I thought you were running separate entities. You were running the Max Fit, and Jade, you were running your chef business. But you briefly, or you quickly corrected me. So
get it all the time.
yeah, talk to me about that. Talk to me about that collaboration. How did it come about?
So I think I'll start with that. This is something we get a misperception of this the whole time, and the more you try and explain it to someone, the more they've got their own perception. But the truth is that people think Max Fit stands for Maxwell, which is my name, Maxwell Fit. That's not what it is. The Max stands for maximum.
Okay.
You'll see the Max is M small a small x, should be M small a small x should be, and then it should be big F I double T. So it's not fitness either. It's F I double T.
Okay.
So it stands for maximum frequency.
Okay.
Frequency, how frequent are you doing something? How frequently are you training? How frequently are you going to kickboxing?
Ah.
How frequently are you loving someone? How frequently are you spending time on making things better?
Yes.
Frequency, that's the frequency we're speaking about there. The I stands for intensity. How
Okay.
intense are you doing these things? Sometimes it's not necessary to go 110%.
Mm.
Sometimes you need to back off. If you keep training 100,
Yeah.
you're going to burn out. So we teach you in the Max Fit as well about the different intensities that you should be having, right?
Yeah.
Then it stands for time and tempo. The time that you send, put in maximum time, maximum tempo type. So the tempo and type. Well, let me start with the time. We work 24 hours every single day. What works nice with us too, I wake up at 3 a.m. every morning. I go to bed at 9. She stays up. She continues working. By the time when she comes to bed, I'm up at 3 o'clock again, and we go through. So we're constantly grinding. We're putting maximum time into all of our clients to improve our clients, whether you be a nutritional client, whether you be a mental health client, someone who we're helping through specific situations, which we will get into deeper at a later stage in this interview. The time that we put in, it's maximum. We put in maximum type. I've explained this to you. We are the mall of fitness. It's easy to put it in that way.
Yeah.
If you go to the mall, you think, I'm gonna get some KFC. I
Yeah.
can also get McDonald's.
Yeah.
I can also go get me a shirt. I
Yes.
can also go get me some shoes.
Yes.
I can go
Yes.
listen to music. I can. So the easiest way for me to explain it is I say to people, the business that we've built is the mall of fitness, but not fitness.
Wellness is
Wellness is a better word for it. Yeah, but it's not quite the word yet. But yes. We'll leave it at that for now as we get deeper into it.
Yeah. I understand. Anything you want to allude to that, Jade?
no, like I said, like he mentioned, everything is one. We don't just focus on just fitness. Our food is all over. We do good food, bad food, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Weddings, everything. Nothing is just one. It spiders out, like a spider diagram. It has this. Has a lot of different parts to us. So people mustn't just think we're just into fitness.
Yes.
There's a lot of different subfolders.
Yeah. No, I understand. Now you see, I've got a better understanding now of Max Fit.
Yeah.
Because with me as well, there has been that misconception, Max. I obviously thought that Max Fit is also Maxwell Fitness. And also the marketing material or the content that I've been exposed to as well. I know you trained a lot of well-established bodybuilders now. You've got that side, but there's so many facets about you.
Yes.
You also train people to lose weight control. But I always thought that Max Fit. And when I think of Max Fit, I think of you. I know your build. And I think, people that are going there are only bodybuilders.
No.
And then, I'll just remove that Jade there. There you go. Sorry guys for the heat. And then, with the teaming up with your wife as well, then I started seeing food that are coming in. And one thing about your business, guys, or your company, is that I would see a pizza in your food. I would see a cake. I'll be like, I want that. So it's not food that it's not carrots and broccoli. So okay, but we'll get to that. I'm just trying to get to that point that you are definitely a mall of fitness.
Yes.
I did send you this question, but I think it's a question that I would like to ask. So how did the two of you first get started in the fitness industry, and what inspired you to work now together as a couple? And I don't mind if it's a long question or if it's a long answer, but I would love to hear it.
Okay. Here we go. All right. This is quite a lengthy one. I told you this one. It goes very deep.
Yeah.
It goes very, very deep. Because I met her, or she came into the picture at 2014. And this is when I was 24. Firstly, probably everybody's going to ask, how much older am I than her? I'm 8 years older than her. Alright, so you're going to have to know this fact to understand what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
So everything, I tell everybody, Max Fit has been around as a concept not as an actual business. Maxwell has been around as a concept for more than 20 years now. So more than 2 decades.
Yeah.
This started when I was 12. Yeah, 12, 13, somewhere there. I was grade 7, grade 5. I was bullied up until this point. I was quite a nerdy boy.
You were bullied.
I was bullied.
By
By my own friends. By my own friends. That's the best part. That's the best part. I won't say your names. It's fine, though. It's fine. I won't say your names. But yeah, my own friends. My current friends back then, they weren't my friends.
Yeah.
So I'd go to school every single day. Smart boy. And my dad had this very good thing with me. He had this thing of a reward system. So from very young, my dad made me very clever. Like, we want a PlayStation 1? Cool. I want a certificate that says first in class. Boom. Dad, PlayStation, got it. Cool. So we went through this. I was a nerdy guy. I was getting all the certificates up on the wall. But every day, what no one knew is I went to school every day, and every day I saw these boys coming, and I'm like, fine.
Yeah.
There's my lunch. And they'd be taking my lunch every day. So I was a skinny guy. I didn't get food at school.
Yeah.
I kept taking my lunch. 12 years old, I got into a conversation with one of my neighbors, Lendiver. He lived just under me. Got into a conversation with him. He's a couple years older than me. He's in high school. But I was close with him. And he started telling me, dude, you need to gym. You need to get into the gym. And this is the brilliant, most best part of this. He brought me a tub of creatine. He brought me this magic thing. Everybody must says we use creatine. Oh, I can look like you if I use some creatine. He brought me some creatine. And he brought me a broomstick. A broomstick.
Yeah? Normal broomstick.
Normal broomstick. He brought me the broomstick.
Interesting.
Brought some nails. Brought a hammer. And he brought me 2.5 kg plates. Took the broom. Put it through. Knocked side, this side. Knocked this side, this side. And we started. He said, you just do this. You drop it down. You just do this. And we started taking creatine. And we just do this.
And now you are 12.
12 years old, yes. This is where it all started.
Okay.
12, 13. My birthday's very late in the year, so I'm always like a year kind of behind. So I'm 12 and busy lifting. And my dad finds out about me being bullied. And my dad's like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this word.
Talk.
He's like, you a morphe. Don't be a morphe. I don't know if we're allowed. I apologize, I'm not allowed to say this. But he's like, you're not going to be a morphe. No son of mine is a morphe. Let's get to it. And man, we ran to Leisure Isle. You know that's a good 10 kilometers. We ran there, he made me take this bag. In Afrikaans we call it a streepsak. I don't know what it is in English now, but it's like that very strong bag with the ropes through it. You carry like lots of wood in it.
Oh, okay, okay.
We ran with that thing.
Almost like a canvas duffel bag. Is it like the material is like canvas?
Thick, like it's rope that is weaved into each other.
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
Strong
yes,
bag. So you carry lots of wood in it.
Yes,
And he said, you take this thing, we ran. And I had a pit bull that time. All those guys who bullied me know this pit bull's name. Tyson, he was a beast. My dad tied that dog onto me, said we're running, and my dad ran. And this pit bull ran after him. And I've got to keep out of this space, and we're running. Leisure, I'll get there, my dad says. Back in. Wet sand. Running back up Vigilance Drive with this bag, man.
Oh no.
My dad was just like, you're going to train. Hang this thing up. Started learning to fight there. Messed up my hand. He's like, you're going to try again. You're going to try again. And eventually, between him and Lendiver, they started creating like this beast within me. And I kept going, and I got into fitness so hectically, the bug just bit me. And at school, we got into a fight. I never knew I could fight. I was practicing. I never knew I could fight. And
You never put
one
it into
friend,
test.
my one friend got into a fight. No name dropping here either. Try and keep the names in. Try not to say the name. But one of them got into a fight.
Let one sleep, man.
And
Let one
then
name sleep.
Alvin. So Alvin got into a fight, and he's also a year older than me. And we were both standard 5 at this point. And it was a bigger, older guy. This guy failed a few times, and we all feared him.
Yeah.
Big guy, and I was trying to stop the fight, and I fear no one more than my mother. If you know Auntie Maxi, anybody who knows Auntie Maxi, she's watching right now, knows she's watching right now.
So nobody messes with Auntie Maxi.
Nobody messes with her. This lady is strict. She taught me so much. She is strict, man. You do not step left. Like I said to her, I was in church with her and I was busy doing this with her in the ear. And I said, yo, my mom was here, I've been smacked now. Yeah, you can't speak in church, they smack you.
Yes.
Look forward, son.
Yeah.
We were in this thing and I've been busy with this fight and I'm trying to stop, and this big guy who's much older than us rips my shirt. And the only thing I thought is, I'm dead. I'm dead, my mom's gonna kill me.
Yeah,
She's not gonna
because of
believe
this
me,
shit
this
now.
is me now.
Yeah.
And I just went for a shot. And from here on, everybody started knowing who Maxwell Kiewitz is. Everybody in Eisner started getting this, oh, this guy can fight. And then I ended up in fights every single day. Every other day I ended up in fights, going through. This went through my high school career. This kept going. But I built a name for myself. Not the type of name I wanted. I got into hectic stuff, but I think we'll get late in the interview into that, into where I got into gangsterism and I got into all of these things. And all of this stuff also built me. I have nothing to hide. Completely nothing to hide. Everything I went through, all the trauma back then, made me who I am today. It built this company to a specific value level, to a specific moral level. All of that stuff that happened brought me to God. But again, we'll get into that later. We'll try and stick on this path. So now I'm at 16, going through, this happens while I'm 17, happens while I'm 18, going through school. After school, actually at school they had me training people. Mr. Van Sienis, one rugby coach. That time you have rugby shirts like this, man, like those big shirts. Those big shirts. So nobody can see what I look like under the shirt.
Yeah, okay.
Remember, I'm still my dad. He's still making me carry all of this. I'm still through all of this years, all of this time. I'm going with Lendover. Now, it's not just that 2.5. It's becoming 5 kgs, it's becoming 10 kgs. We make our own benches. We're going, and I'm building a body, actually. So now, those friends who bullied me are now my friends. We are hanging out. We've got a group, and we've got things cool. We get to rugby practice, first rugby practice done. And I'm like, this heavy jersey, take it off and I throw it down. And Mr. Van Sienis, who's also a bodybuilder at Eisner High, he was also a bodybuilder back in the days. He looked at me once and he said, holy...
Because now they're seeing you for the first time, actually, topless.
Took top, yes. And he's like, what? How are you built like this? And I'm like, I've just been training, I've been doing certain things.
From the skinny guy they remember.
Yes, yes. And now everybody sees, oh, but hectic. So he started making me train the rest of my rugby guys. So he wanted me to implement the things I'm doing to teach them conditioning and stuff. And literally at 12, 13 years old, man, I started training people. So I started getting the experience from there. And from there on, people started joining by my house, training with me. Eisner Secondary started getting a gym at their school. The guys started getting me in there. I was with Spear them. Lendover them was still there. There was a whole group. Elridge them, all these guys. All of us were together and we were training all the way through. End of high school, still training people. My dad takes me to Stellenbosch and they want me to go study engineering. Nope.
Didn't work.
Nope. I said nope. We got there. I obviously didn't say anything until we got there.
Yeah.
Now we're here and I'm like, no, I know I'm going. I know my dad was quite upset in the beginning, you know, because back then, when I started personal training, man, there was no such thing as personal training.
Yes.
Personal training in Eisner was non-existent.
Yeah.
They were like, you don't do that job, that thing does not work. It does not exist. It's not a job. It's a side job. You don't do this.
Yeah.
So, understandably, my parents were not too happy with me, you know, but I followed the path that I felt God put upon me.
Yes.
Went with it, studied and went to gyms, started training people at the gyms while I'm studying, started really learning the real basics of training, the proper things. What I thought I knew, it was nothing compared to what I actually learned from studying this. Started learning nutrition, which I thought I knew, which I didn't know. Started getting into all of this, and to get through this a little bit faster, let's get to 24. This is where it comes in. She's 8 years younger than me. At 24, I will let her come in, so I didn't speak the whole time. And this is where she's 16. Yes, 24, 16. And then she comes along the line. This is where God made us. Our paths, cross.
Yeah, so when I was 16, I started.
Before I let you come in, Jade, before I let you come in, just hold that thought a little bit. Mr. Producer, take us quickly to a short break. I just want to organize Max something to wipe the side, okay? You can take us quickly to a short break.
Ghost. About visuals on the target. Calling the drone.
Roger that. Eagle Eye. This is Ghost. Bring the bird.
Roger that. The bird is on the move.
Target is 900 meters away. Shutter speed 1000.
Permission to engage granted. Eliminate the target.
Roger that.
Targets eliminated. Ready for evac.
Ghost. About visuals on the target. Calling the drone.
Roger that. Eagle Eye. This is Ghost. Bring the bird.
Roger that. The bird is on the move.
Target is.
Welcome back, guys. It is very, very hot in here, so you're gonna have to excuse us. We're gonna take a couple of breaks. Max is raining here, as well as I am. So we got ourselves some towels to wipe the sweat. But yeah, we're back. We were talking about how this collaboration between husband and wife started, man. You know, to infuse business into their relationship, and where did they start or come from with this? So Jade, you were about to tell us your half of the story.
My piece of the story.
Piece.
Yes, Max is 24, you're 16 now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I was 16, I started showing interest in him already, because he started Maxwell already. Started showing interest in him, and on and off. Never actually joined the team, but always started showing interest, and secretly had that, you know, that little crush that you actually don't want to show, but
Yeah.
obviously everyone knew.
Having a crush on your trainer.
I couldn't resist, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I was 18, I actually said, okay, now I'm going to join. And that was the first time I actually started training properly with him. I can't actually even say train properly, because I'm very stubborn. He would tell me to do 10 things, I would do 2 of the 10 things. But I still got amazing results, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then that's where I got hooked. I'm like, he's so passionate for what he does, and he really put in more than what a normal person would put in.
Yeah.
He puts in so much more love, and it got me hooked on it. But then after matric, I went to go study. To become a chef in Hermanus, and that's when, with him, I found the passion for gym, for fitness, for training, getting into shape. I used to do gymnastics my whole life, so I was always active, but I was never really into in shape, you know. So then I found the love for gym, and for that year, obviously being a student, I don't have money to pay for a trainer, so I just kept on training, kept on staying in that rhythm, and then I came back as soon as I found a job and I could pay him. I was like, I'm coming back, and I was back there, and then that's literally just when I just kept being persistent, consistently messaging, staying in contact with him, and how he always says, you were persistent. You're the one that actually just kept on going.
10 years, man. That's amazing.
I remember, sorry to interject there. I'm not sure if you were still going.
No. All good. Go.
I remember, I've known Max, fortunately, for quite some time. Came in 2007. I think shortly after that, were you still in school 2007?
I finished 2008.
You finished 2008?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you were still in school 2007 when I came here. So I remember the fights, Max. I remember those fights. Some at Kings and all of that. I remember all of those. So I've known Max for quite some time, and I remember seeing you or your photos as one of Max's clients, and obviously the whole transition when you started with your training from where you were to where you are to the future. I mean, we saw everything up to where you are now. Max was not shy to post your progress. And then soon after that, I'm seeing you guys getting married now. Like, what? What is going on now here? This brother of mine, you know?
And everybody always tell me, a lot of people, all high school friends, be like, Jade, how did you do this?
Yeah.
How did you get him to marry you?
They don't want to marry anybody.
Yeah, everyone has said, and I was like, I don't know. Just be me.
Yeah.
It's just always myself.
Yeah, no, very interesting. Max, going back now to you, coming back to you, like I said to you, I've known you for quite some time, and I'm gonna be blunt, and I remember those days when you used to be a party freak, bro. You used to go out. You said say that you were having fights at Long Barn and
Everywhere.
King. Everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
I would always see you with the bruise or whatever. And I know the other guy looks worse. Hopefully. So, and then all of a sudden I saw a drastic change in your life. I saw you were posting about God a lot, you know, religious, I don't know if that's the word, but there was a drastic change in your life. And to be honest with you, I haven't heard of you fighting ever since. I think the last time that I heard you talking about a fight was a fight that happened, you were telling me about this, at King's. And it was still fresh that time. I don't know if you were meeting at the gym, but you had this fight at King's with this, it was a group of guys that you were fighting with. And ever since, it's been nothing like about violence, and it's all been about God.
100%.
Talk to me about that transition. What happened?
Yeah, bro.
I'm not asking this as if it's a bad thing. I'm just,
No,
you know.
far not. I'm the most open person. Even a lot of my family members will tell me not to open up so much. But I believe God took me through all of these things.
Yeah.
In order for me to give my testimony, man.
Yes.
I needed to go through that to become who I am today. Same as I told her, she came along, like I said, when I was 24. And when she started showing interest at 16, I told her, no ways, you're too young.
Yeah.
And as years went on, for 10 years we were talking, and it just, nothing ever happened between us. And I said to her now on the drive to George when we went to church now, I said to her, God is unbelievably genius. He knew I wasn't ready for you.
Yeah.
He needed me to not be this violent guy, to first go through everything, first live out that life, and then find her at the time when the time is right. So even though it took 10 years, it was worth it. It was completely worth it. So what happened is, from 12 years old, I must have, between 12 and 26, I must have ran somewhere between 1,000 fights, man, without exaggerating. Because I would have people waiting for me outside the school and I'd be fighting. Inside the school, people would want to fight, I'd fight inside. Eventually to the point where the gangsters in Hornley realized this guy's a weapon. And I'll speak a bit about it, but I know there's certain things I can't speak about. So yeah, I'll say no names, I'll say nothing specific, but this is my story. So I'm not speaking anything about anybody else. But they taught me a lot. They taught me to be fearless. I'll never forget, just up the road, just as you go down, there was a guy coming down and they said, now you smack him. And I said, no ways.
As you are walking?
As I'm standing there, these gangsters have me and they're busy training me.
Okay, yeah.
And they said, you will smack him now or we smack you. You choose.
Sheesh.
So I started going through this mental growth phase where I was a very scared guy. I was, like I said, I was nerdy. I was very scared. And I was not an alpha male. I'm not the guy I am today.
Yeah.
That stuff built me, man. Even though it was a lot of trauma, it built me. And that day I had to make the decision to be able to stand for myself. And as time went on, I became an enforcer for some of the gang things. And I started, instead of having gang fights, we would face Max.
Okay.
So instead of us, all of us jumping in, Max is our guy, so you face. And the fun thing is, most of these guys are still around.
This is rivalry now. This is
yes.
Okay.
Most of these guys are still around and they still respect me for this. But they also respect that I'm now a godly man. I can tell them, guys, you know I'm a family man. Don't involve me in any of this. But we still know each other. We're still friends and so on.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, lots of things happened throughout this time, and it was building me, and building me, and building me, and I built a bravery where I can't fear things anymore, which is part of God's path for me, because He needed me not to be able to fear things, because I need to get into spiritual warfare instead of physical warfare.
Yeah.
I was being trained through the physical warfare, but what I was actually being trained for was the spiritual warfare. Because the things I fight now, the giants I fight now, the demons I fight now, are 1,000,000 times bigger than anything I fought back then. But if I didn't go through this gangsterism, if I didn't go through all this fighting, I would not have been prepared to take these giants on for my family, for my business, for all of this.
Yes.
So it went along, and we were fighting, and we were going and going, and year after year after year. But by the time I was 26, I started trying to calm down. Started trying to find God. Started searching deeper. My parents are very, I don't like the word religion, gospel people. Religion is that where we're arguing about what is right and not right.
Yes.
We believe in Jesus. Jesus came to die for us. He loves you. Just that. So I've known God my whole life, but I haven't personally had a relationship with Him.
Yeah.
And I started searching, and every person who told me, Max, you're so violent, and when they smack you on the one cheek, in the Bible it says turn the other cheek. And this would drive me insane, man. It would really drive me insane. I'm like, this is not the answer.
Yeah.
This can't be the answer. And we kept on searching. I found a church. Me and her broke up 2 years ago. 3 years ago. Somewhere there.
Okay. How long are you married?
A year now. A year and a couple of months.
Okay.
So in October will be 2 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So 2-3 years ago. Doesn't really matter exact time, but I mean somewhere around there. We broke up. And it was a bad breakup on Facebook. It was like, it brought out that old me.
Remember that?
Yes, and I smashed everything in my house, and I wanted to smash everybody in the road, and I was in that back to old Max. God needed me to be completely broken again, because I got groot kop.
Okay.
It was Max. Max built this business. Okay. I got ego.
Okay.
God needed to break me down to rock bottom.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, the best thing that happened between us is our breakup.
Yeah.
People don't understand it, but it built me again. Everything, all the trauma I went through made me so much better. So I broke up, and there's this one guy, my spiritual mentor currently, Danny. I just saw him now at church. I wonder if
I know
he's
that,
watching.
man.
I wonder if he's watching.
Legend.
I wonder
If he's not watching, he's gonna watch the replay.
Yes, he has to watch the
You
replay.
have to watch the
Yes,
replay if
yes.
you're not watching now, Danny. Shout out
So-
to you.
I saw him at church now, and this guy's been pursuing me. Him and his wife, Susie.
Yes, Susie.
They've
Beautiful
been-
people.
They've been pursuing me, man, and I was stubborn as hell. And they were pursuing me the way she pursued me. They were pursuing me. Max, are you ready yet? No, I'm busy. I've got the business. I'm making money. I've got clients. I'm busy. Don't have time to sit down. He did it brilliantly. I lost everything. I went to rock bottom. I lost everything. I lost family, lost money, lost everything. I thought I'm going to be homeless. Me and my parents were arguing, and I was the wrong one. I'll take the blame for that now. Back then, I'm too stubborn.
Yeah.
I'm way too stubborn back then. Rock bottom, Donnie sees me, smiles at me and says, do you have time for me now? Are you ready now? And I said, you're right. Now I'm not busy. Now we can restart this.
Yeah. You actually said you had rock bottom now, the only way now is up.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no further way down.
Yeah.
We can only go
Once
up.
we hit rock bottom.
And he said to me, good, now we can find it. This was like a year of him pursuing me consistently, man. Him and his wife persistently pursuing me. And they said to me, Max, we see something bigger in you. There's something in you, but you're not releasing that potential.
Yeah.
And cool, I went with him and I started having to learn from scratch. And they taught me principles that to this day carries me through. Tithing. Come on, nobody likes that thing. No one likes that thing, giving 10% of your money away. Dani said to me, whose money? Whose money are you giving away? And I said, my money I'm giving, I must give 10% away. He's like, no, God gives you 100%. He only asks for 10%. How great of a deal is that?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, different way to think of it, man. Different way to think of it. Like, cool, I can work with this. And I had no money, so the beautiful thing is he gave me 10 rand. Tithe from that. I'm like, okay, 1 rand. Let's do it. What's 1 rand? And as I tithe, he said, this is the one place in the Bible where God actually says, test me. There's no other place in the Bible where he says, test me on it. This is the only place God says, test me. And I put 1 rand in. And it couldn't have been long, maybe a day, maybe a couple of days. And I had 100 rand. Can't explain to you how, but I had 100 rand. And then he said, cool, how much do you have? 100 rand. He's like, 10 rand. I said, cool. 10 rand. I remember her still calling me and saying, you've got to pay for your kids' stuff. Like, I don't have money, I'm screaming, I'm crying, I'm going, I don't have money, we must find money. I must phone my mom, who's upset with me, you must phone my dad, who's upset with me, I must now beg for money for the kid, I can't supply. Danny said,
This is during the breakup.
This is during the breakup. He said, don't stress. Trust God. It was very hard, man. He used to frustrate me. He knows he used to frustrate me. But it went. I had 1,000 rand. He said, 100 rand. And it grew and it grew. And as much as it grew, I'm not going to say numbers further. But as much as it grew, I continue to give more than 10%. I continue to always give more than 10%. The principles he gave me from that time on. And I kept complaining. I'd say, Jade says this. And he said to me, no. We're not speaking about Jade. We are speaking about Max and his journey with God.
Yes.
And I would get frustrated, man. Why doesn't he want to hear what Jade did to me? Why doesn't he want to... No. I'm not speaking to Jade. I'm speaking to Max. I'm speaking about your journey, your personal growth. We're focusing on your personal growth. None of Jade, none of anything else. We grow with you. And it would go on, and man, those morals, those principles, those things that I learned there that started clicking with things that my mom would teach me when I'm younger, everything started clicking. And then Eric Thomas, you know who Eric Thomas is? Everybody watching here, you need to watch Eric Thomas, guys, the hip-hop preacher. #1 motivational speaker in the world. Bro, this one, it'll give you goosebumps. You've never heard the speech of how bad you want it, as bad as you want to breathe. That's when you'll be successful. Man,
I'll look him up.
This guy's powerful, guys. Do yourself a favor. If you want to find success, go and look at Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas, man, I'll just speak all day about him.
Yeah.
So let's not get too much in him. But he also mentioned a thing of you need to have faith. And it's good to fight. Because that's the principle that I'm actually getting to that Danny taught me, which we're going to interject with now. He said you need to fight. But some of you are so stupid that you're still fighting with flesh. You're still fighting with people. Fight for better habits. Fight for better family. Fight for better values. Fight the spiritual battle. That hit me hard, man. That hit me hard. Danny said to me, if you go close to a lion's cubs, out of love, that lion is going to kill you. He's going to kill you, he's protecting you, he's loving there.
Yeah.
So the thing that most Christians try and teach you of, don't the cheat, be soft, be meek. I learned at CRC, you should see our pastors, Pastor Pierce Peace. He's a giant. You've seen me train with him. I look like this versus him. Then our main pastor, Pastor At, general, man. General, and they're militant. They speak about I'll lay hands on you, and not the way you like. Afterwards we'll pray.
Yeah.
They say that.
Yeah.
It was first something to adapt to. First something to, I'm like, oh, this is not church. What is this? Like, how is this not? And then I started realizing my aggression that's been in me my whole life, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
Control it, handle it. If you've ever listened to Jordan Peterson, he's like the number one, what's that psychotherapist type guy? But he's also one of the number one people. He also says, what's a fly? They're telling you to be a fly. They're telling you to be weak, and then they must respect that. How can you respect the fly?
Yeah.
You can't. You first have to be a monster. As a man, first have to be dangerous. Learn to be dangerous, learn to be powerful, then learn to control it.
Yes.
That's respectful. You don't respect the fly that's going around. What is that? Oh, it's not hurting anybody. No,
Yeah.
you respect a lion that doesn't attack someone.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes. Yes. You fear a lion that attacks someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you first learn to control that monster. And as I started learning more of these principles, man, as I started learning, the one thing I said is, God, okay, I messed up. I messed up with my dad. Me and my dad have never argued. He taught me everything. He taught me everything. He's my hero. He's always my hero. I messed up with my mom. My mom has done everything for me. I messed up with everyone. I messed up with her. Messed up. I didn't get to see my kid anymore. Titan is everything to me. You know this.
Yeah.
And I just said, everybody was messaging on Facebook, putting things up. You'll never get them back. You'll never. And I was getting attacked left, right, center. And Donnie just said to me, go to him. All these people are resources. He's the source.
I like that.
And I went to God. And I said, right, here's my deal with you. Right? Everyone knows Maxwell Kiewitz. Everyone knows there's a time where there was 25 guys coming at me. All my friends ran. I stood and I fought. That's the type of warrior I am.
Yes.
You can be 50 people. If we're going to challenge, great stuff. And another thing about me is, you can even ask the gangsters. If I get into a fight, I say, you do not touch this person. This is mine. If you get involved in my fight, I'll fight you. Even if I lose, I'll fight you. That has always been my thing. I had this warrior thing, man. Like I said, CRC.
And you thought it was there was something wrong with it.
Yes. That's the whole problem.
Not realizing that God gave you this gift for you
Yes.
to manage and control.
Yes. But nobody taught me
How to control it.
Till my new church where I drive to George, what I just explained to you before this.
Yeah.
Why I drive to George.
Yes.
Spiritual warfare is real, man.
Yeah.
Whether people want to admit it or not, spiritual warfare is real.
Yeah. That's true.
And they taught me how to fight that fight.
Very profound and very deep. Profound and very deep, Max. Thank you for that insight. I'm sure it gives a clearer picture to. I'm sure I'm not the only one that was wondering what happened to the old Max. You know? What happened to the Maxwell that we all knew, you know? And I'm sure the gangsters were wondering what happened to our Max? What happened to our enforcer? You know, as you said it.
Yeah.
But having said all of that, Max, now what I'm trying to find out from you, how do you then guys, because you are a married couple, you are parents as well, 2 beautiful children, right?
Yes.
So how do you balance now the professional lifestyle and the social or the family life? Because at the end of the day, business needs to take place, and life also needs to take place.
Yes.
And you are running it at the same time, and you are running this from your home, right?
Yes. It's
How?
it's hard work. It's really hard work. But if you have a passion,
do you give him written warning sometimes? Or you're running a business. Eh? Sorry, Jade, carry on.
it's hard work. But if you have a passion and love for what you do, it doesn't actually feel like work. So even though it's our work, it's what we love doing. I don't want to be anywhere but in the kitchen, cooking, making food, being with the kids, being with him, helping him with admin. There's nothing more, nothing else I want to do. I don't want to go work in a restaurant. I don't want to go stand somewhere else. This is what I want to do, and that's how I'm able to do this 24/7. And I can cook, and I can hear Titan shouting for me, okay, I'm coming, Titan. Quickly help him with what he is, help Max with what he needs, and I go back to the kitchen. If you have a passion for what you do, nothing feels like work to me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It comes down to you, to one being passionate about it.
Yes.
This is gonna be a very obvious question, but perhaps not too obvious. So, what you're two different entities, two different people. Let me put it like that. And you became one when you got married, and you became one family with your kids as well. So Max, what is it that you bring to the table that is different from what Jade is bringing to the table, and how do they complement each other? And also added to that question as well, so that we keep the conversation flowing. What would be your advice to other couples that might want to do a similar thing? I'm not sure if anyone would ever be you, but how would you help other couples as well that are bringing two different things to the table to go forward as a team? Let's start with what you bring and what does she bring to the table. How are they different?
Again, one of those questions we get asked a lot. And one of those questions that gets confused a lot. It gets people not quite understanding what I'm saying. So again, like I said to you the other day, I tell everybody this is one business.
Yes.
Oh, you're in the kitchen? No, I'm not physically in the kitchen, my guy. But I am doing part of the kitchen work. Right. So if you look at my name, it's changed now, but my Instagram name used to be Maxfit Architect. I was hoping I had it up for a couple of months. I was hoping this would answer people's questions. It clearly didn't.
Yeah.
So I removed it again, and maybe this explains it to them when people watch this.
Yes.
So Maxfit Architect, I'm the blueprint guy. As I explained to you when I was young, I was quite an intelligent guy. My brain, when my brain is on, man, it works.
Yeah.
It works. That's my superpower. When it comes to implementing, not so good, man.
Okay.
So I can write out a perfect plan for you. A life plan, a relationship plan, a vocational plan. I can write out all these plans, but implementing. I'm also not a social person.
Okay.
So I'm not good with speaking to people, where she is. When it comes to implementing, there she is. I'm very good with food, very good with nutrition. But making it, I hate it.
Okay.
She can be there for hours right throughout the night, and
Yeah.
then she loves it.
I can attest to that. Trust
So
me. I'll tell you a
we've got this perfect balance.
Yeah.
We really, as I say, God brought us together
Yes.
for a very specific reason. We've got a perfect balance. There's times I've got conditions, anger conditions. I've got depression. I don't use any medication. I use exercise and things. I used to be on like a bag of medication. So when I deal with people, I do still get frustrated, and it gets to me, and it can put me in hospital because of overstressing.
Yes.
So I've been in hospital 3 times, mind you, because of overworking and overstressing because of clients. She came along. Now with her there, clients have to work. You know, when you asked for this interview, I said,
Yes.
It's
I
you
was
go through her.
It's always been
Everybody
that.
goes through her.
Yes.
So
yes.
she filters down everything for me. You might be swearing from the one side as a client and going off at Max and Max doesn't hear that. We'll go through her, she'll filter through to me, and like, Africa said, just can you maybe just switch this up?
Yeah.
Cool, now I
Yeah.
can switch it up. If Africa swore at me and shouted at me, I will not switch it up. So she really balances me out in every single way. the ways that she can't do things, I can. The way
Yeah.
that I can't do things, she can. So we have like a perfect blend for this business. And this one, this business is really, it's booming, it's blowing up.
Yeah.
It's growing day by day, literally day by day. We're getting in more clients, we're getting in more people because we're authentic
Yeah. Yeah.
and we're consistent. That's one big thing. We are very, very, very consistent.
And professional.
Wake up at 3 a.m., go on your phone, you'll see I have a story up. As you go throughout the day, you'll see it says 3 a.m., you'll see there's a motivation for the day, word of the day. Will be there, 3 a.m. Go look a little bit later, you'll see there stands food, nutrition, Maxwell kitchen, and then there's the news section. Then you'll find my cakes, you'll find pizzas, you'll find private events, you'll find birthdays, you'll find funeral catering, you'll find all these things there. The next chapter says Maxwell training. Later in the day, you'll see there is everything set up specifically every single day, consistently. You can go 10 years from now and go look again, and we'll consistently be going through everything like that. When it comes to that question of
what advice can we give to other couples?
Yeah. Jade, just Max, just help Jade there. Cool. Yeah.
don't do it.
Don't do
It's hard.
Adding to that, Jade, I can feel that you're gonna come in there. Adding to that, while you're going to give that advice as well, how do you guys deal with disagreements, with differences? I'm sure you do disagree at times, or there are challenging times. How do you deal with that? Go for it, shoot.
There's always challenges. There'll never not be a challenge.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that we do is we never argue or we never disagree.
Oh wow, okay.
We never
The
ever
weirdest
have an
thing,
argument.
How, guys?
We
Adult
just-
conversations,
yeah.
you're scared. I'll tell anyone. 99.9% of people are scared of adult conversations.
a hard conversation.
Yeah.
I would rather have Africa happy
Oh.
than have an adult conversation. Africa, you keep stepping on my foot, but it's okay. But it's upsetting me inside, but I'm not gonna tell Africa. But it builds on and it builds on, and one day our friendship breaks because of stepping on my foot.
Because we
an
never
adult
talked
conversation,
about
I
it.
can say, Africa, I love you. Sit down. That's what we do, babe. Love you. Sit down. We're not here to argue. We're adults. We're raising two beautiful kids. We're not gonna disagree. Do you have an opinion? Put it down. I'll put my opinion down. Now let's see where's the midpoint of
Find
this.
common ground.
Where's the midpoint of this? Let's see. Because your idea might be better than mine, and sometimes our ideas are better than mine. And then I, as a man, have to say, give me time to digest this. Let me chow it. Let me digest it. Let me take some time. And I'll come back, and I'll be like, babe, you're right. This is a better way of doing this. I can't put egos in this.
I'm getting a sense, or I got a sense that when I asked you this question, it was immediate about, I think you're very intentional about the word disagreement. Because when I asked, what do you do when you disagree? Both of you sort of like looked at each other. It was very intentional.
Yeah.
That word, you don't use that word.
No.
It's not in your vocabulary.
Arguments,
It's very intentional.
disagreements, like, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I picked it up immediately. There was no doubt.
Yeah.
It's something that is very intentional, that we are not going to argue. We are not going to disagree.
Yes.
We're going to have an adult conversation, like you're saying.
Yes.
Sit down, and then we
And
find
it's
a
hard
common ground.
conversations, man. Hard conversations.
They've got to
They're
be
never
had.
easy. But there's instant gratification and there's delayed gratification. This is something I try and teach everyone, all my clients, speak to my wife about this all the time. Instant gratification is you stepping on my foot, me saying nothing, so there's peace.
Yeah.
Instant gratification.
Yes. Yes.
But delayed gratification is way better, man. Step on my foot, Africa, bro. Oh, please, man. I don't like this. Can we just work on this? I know you walk a certain way. Can we just work on this? You're going to be upset. Slight seconds, for a minute, whatever it may be, you might be upset for that minute. Delayed gratification. But over time, what happens? You don't step on my foot anymore.
Yeah. And we remain friends.
100%. Delayed gratification. So don't try and instantly get this. When I sit her down and we're going to have a conversation, we all know there's going to be emotions, you know. We all know, but breathe. We're having hard conversation. We all know hard conversations comes with emotions. But breathe when we walk away. Go have your digestion time. Come back. And if you still disagree, we can then redo this again.
Yeah.
But there's not really disagreements. For lack of a better word, we'll say.
Yeah.
But there's a different opinion.
Yesterday, was it yesterday that I told you this is going to be a conversation. You see the questions I prepared you, I sent you.
Oh no, I knew. I told you.
I asked you about
that.
yesterday. You guys are very, should I say, I don't want to say social, but you're living your lives. Yesterday it was Jade's birthday the previous day. And
Friday.
yeah. And then yesterday you went on to Adventureland. I saw on your status pictures, and I asked you because I saw this beautiful place, Adventureland. And it wasn't the first time that I've seen your social lives. I see you always with in the company of good people.
Yes.
Yes. What role does that play in in your lives?
Big. Our circle is very tight. We'll allow you in, so we never burn bridges, man. If you did something to us, I always tell her, before we are anything, before we are even before we are even parents, before we are husband and wife, we are Christians first. So we don't burn bridges. Doesn't matter how much you hurt us, we're giving you time to go refine yourself, come back to us. We're always going to be here.
Yes.
Regardless, we'll always be here. Except we're not going to help you next time the same way. Right, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You want to come in on that?
So it's very, look, Max, I'm sure you only see me maybe shooting a wedding or shooting something or at the gym. I'm sure you haven't seen me socializing there.
No.
It's not that one doesn't want to.
Yes.
But it's also that finding company to do it. You know, one doesn't wanna just go and socialize just for the sake of it. Look, it's easy. I can easily go to one of the taverns or one of the clubs to go and socialize, but there comes a point in one's life where you feel like you need to be surrounded by quality people. Danny said the other day that you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend most of your time with.
Yes.
So, so I'm seeing now how it builds upon your character, socializing with the good people, having that tight circle. So would you say it's important to do that, or should I just stay in my place?
It's one of the most important things. What does Bradley call it? The law of acquaintance, something like that. My youngest brother calls it something like that. The law of acquaintance, people who you acquaint yourself with. I'm going to give you energy, man. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to give you energy. So you have to choose what energy you're taking in. And I've seen that with myself. When I'm around people who gossip, man, as good as I am of a person, I need conversation. So I also like, did you see what Africa did last week?
Yeah.
You know? And then when I walk away, I'm like, Max, come on, you're better than that. So what I'm putting myself around, I'm building myself into. So I have to be conscious of this. What I personally do, I do not have too much access to top level people. So I spend a lot of time with Eric Thomas, Tony Robbins, Jordan Peterson, Jim Ron, all these guys on YouTube who are masters of their craft. I spend a lot of time listening to them. Because what goes in here, we are eating, we are digesting. I always tell my clients, man, you listening, young, dumb, and broke, you're gonna stay young, dumb, and broke. You're gonna forever be broke. You're singing it, you're saying it, you're saying it. And I tell them in my messages, I've got a message every morning that I send to my clients. I send them every morning a motivational message, the start of the day. This is one of them that I tell them. You're doing this. Imagine Africa walk next to you. You're gonna jam that, and that's the danger with music. I tell people, I'm not telling you to stop listening to secular music. But wash yourself off, man. Play some good stuff as well. Make at least 50-50 if we're not gonna do 60-40 or 70-30. But now the thing is, imagine me walking next to you and going, Africa, you young dumb bro. And I walk with you to work, I drive with you in your car and I go, you young dumb broke. Young dumb broke. By the end of the day, you're not gonna want to choke me.
That's true.
But we allow music to do this
To
to
do
us.
that.
Music does this to us and we just accept it. We go to bed, bro, where you are at your most subconscious level, where you are learning the most. People learn languages by putting earphones on while they're sleeping and listen to the language thing. They learn languages like that. Why do you go to bed? Young, dumb, broke, young, dumb, broke. All you ever gonna be is young, dumb, and broke. But once you start putting, even in the Bible it says, the power of life and death is on the tongue. So put in. We don't watch news.
No.
None. We don't put that. If it plays on the radio, off. Immediately off, mute. No. We don't do this. We don't need to know how bad the world is.
We didn't even know COVID was happening.
Yeah, it just hit us and we're like, oh, okay. Everybody like, it's just show cancelled.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
The Maxwell show.
is the gym going to be open tomorrow? We all sitting there like,
Of course.
yeah, the gym's
Why?
going to be
What
open. What are you talking about?
Like, there's this thing coming, there's this.
It's
Like,
lockdown,
what?
it's lockdown. And we're
Yeah.
like, what is happening?
No, we don't watch news, bro. None
That's
of that.
very interesting. That's very interesting.
Words.
So what you consume is important.
Yes. What did Pastor Pierre said
Pastor
today?
Pierre said
So
that,
today,
yeah.
you are what you eat.
You are what you eat, yeah.
That you eat here also.
And you
here
eat
also.
here
Yeah.
as well.
You eat here, you're eating.
You
Even
eat
what
with
you're
the touch
taking
as
in,
well.
You're taking in the stuff. You're taking in. And he said a profound thing. Pastor Pierre said today, how do you learn from school? How does your kids learn? That's not there. Books.
Yeah.
You're reading.
Mm.
You're reading. You're reading. You take it in through your eyes. You're reading. You're reading. But now you want to become more Christ-like. Don't want to read the Bible. But you expect to learn.
Yeah.
You want to become better in your craft. You don't want to read more
Yeah.
about photography.
How are you gonna be better?
But you're watching shows. They are programming you.
Mm.
They continue to program you. People aren't smart enough to program themselves. They allow the world to program
To
them.
program them.
This is why I say we are anti-trends.
Yeah.
Anti any of the stuff that you're trying to bring in new stuff. No. Consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency. No trend thing. No jumping from here to jumping
Yes.
to there to doing this to doing that to
Yeah.
jumping there to, no. Bento cakes, when bento cakes came
Yeah,
in,
that was a trending thing.
Mm.
We started that bento cakes trending. It's a cake as big as basically like a hamburger.
lunchbox.
Lunchbox cake. And now you'll see more. We were like the first people in Nice to start it, and you'll see more people have started it, more people started it. It's now quite a big thing here. And we kept at it. So we're not, it's a trend now on TikTok. Okay, now it's not a trend, stop. We kept at it, we kept going, and we just improved it. Adding cupcakes, adding different combinations, adding combos. We take the trend and we make it into something.
Yes.
We make it into something. We don't just, it's a trend, okay, that trend is done, stop, let's try a new trend. So, yeah.
Yeah. Progressive overload, man. Consistency, progressive overload. If you read my statuses, you'll see I hashtag the same thing. And I get less and less views. Let me give you a good example. I'll actually send you the screenshot later. 600 and something people earlier looked at my story of this thing. So 600 and something people know that this is happening.
Okay.
Only reason that happened is because I stopped posting about God. I stopped posting my specific things. Because I was busy with the birthday. This happens every single time.
Yeah.
And my views blow up. And then this morning I started again. And then it went down to 20. Right. But I do not care about views.
Yeah.
Again, that's a trend.
Yes.
I do not care about views. I do not care if you like me. I do not care if you follow me.
Yes.
I stick to being consistency. 10 years from now, I'll still be growing. Progressive overload. That's what we're talking about. If I bench 10 with 100, I'm going to try for 11. I might not get it next time. And next time I might not get it. And next time I might not get it. But I promise you by the end of this year, I'm benching 100 for 11. Progressive overload. Consistency.
Yes.
Consistently going after this. And another thing you'll see me post is
No valid excuses.
no valid excuses. Very important. I was explaining this to her. And no valid excuses. You can't move forward with valid excuses. I used to make it no excuses. But then people came up with valid excuses.
Yeah.
So then I was like, how do I say the hashtag no valid
No valid
excuses? Because you are coming with, everybody's got a valid excuse.
Yeah.
But as I explained it to her, if you have a valid excuse and you tell me, coach, I can't train for the next 4 weeks, but 8 weeks I need to be on stage and be ripped. I don't have a solution for you, man.
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to train, how are we going to get there?
Yeah.
But you have a valid excuse. Your family members in hospital. I have to accept it as your coach. Otherwise, I look like an asshole.
Yes. Yes.
But if you were a real success-chasing person, you'd be packing in your lunches to go visit that person.
Yeah.
You'd still have your meals. If you were a success-chasing person, if this was real to you, you want it as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you'll be successful. And go listen to that speech. Please do.
No, I will.
But you'll be doing push-ups and stuff there.
Yeah.
In the hospital. You'll make a way to get to your success.
Yeah.
Or you can have your valid excuses and not
That's
have your
it.
success.
Mm.
It's up to you, man. At the end of the day, it's up to you. And the last one I hashtag is perception creates your reality. What you perceive is going to create your reality. We can be looking at the same thing, but seeing something different.
Something different.
Like you said, obstacles, challenges.
Mm.
I don't use those words in my house, man.
Yeah.
They're not allowed. They've got to be there at the doorstep. They stay there. In my house, alarm clock, you don't call it that. It's called an opportunity clock. It gives you an opportunity when you wake up. It doesn't alarm you. Alarm makes me, where am I going? What is
Yes.
None of that. Don't use those words in my house.
Yeah.
The same way with challenges, obstacles, opportunities.
Yeah.
I've got an opportunity to overcome this obstacle.
That's it.
I've got
That's
an
it.
opportunity to overcome this challenge. You are not going to grow bigger muscles if you don't lift heavier, man.
Yeah. That's
Same way in life.
fact.
You can't be a bigger businessman trying to carry less.
Yes.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
You have
true.
to carry more. Build those muscles, those business muscles, all of those other muscles in here. And that's how you grow.
I heard a story once. Quickly gonna paraphrase it. Like it comes down to what you were saying, that we could be looking at the same thing, but we seeing it in two different views. I listened to a story. It's two salesmen coming from the States. They are sent to Africa to go to this village, one village. It's a shoe making company. So they went to this village to go look for an opportunity to establish a company there to make these shoes. So both of them go. One gets there, both of them get there, they see, okay, it's a village, it's very rural, nobody is wearing shoes here, there's nothing, there's no civilization whatsoever. So they go back to the States, to the headquarters, to the head office. One comes back to the board and reports, you know what we got there, it's dead, it's not going to work. Nobody wears shoes there. Let's not even bother to go place a shoe factory. The other one comes in to the board excited. Wow! They both went to the same village.
Yes.
What a great opportunity!
Yes.
We are going to be the first company that makes shoes there.
Yes.
Nobody
Yes.
wears shoes there.
100%.
You heard that story?
100%.
Yeah, so it makes sense what you were saying, that we could be looking at the same thing, but seeing it in two different ways.
100%. When COVID came, that came at us.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, you're going to lose your jobs now, you're going to want. I'm like, I'm the only one ready. I've been doing home programs for years. Everybody said this online thing is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I was killing it in COVID. I was throwing up transformations left, right, and center.
Yes.
Because now you have no way to go to gym. You got to come to me, who's got an online system.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to tap into that, Max, as well. I wanted to tap into that. You're one of the few people that have, you will correct me if I'm wrong, but that is very close to a 50-50 split between local and international clients. I've checked you out. You do have a market or clients that you are trading that are overseas.
Yes.
If you are trying to keep it a secret, remember we talk in the gym. You spill these things.
No secrets. I'm open book.
Tell me about that. How did you manage to, or how do you find it tapping into the market, into that market? I mean, one would look at it here and think it's it's too surreal. It's not possible, or it's not happening, or it's just talking garbage. Tell us about that experience.
Consistency, man. Comes back to my same principles, same morals. Everything comes back to my same principles, same morals. That's why you'll see me. Like I say, I've wanted to go search how to improve Instagram posts. You have to change up your hashtags and stuff and what. And I'm like, that's not me. That's changing me, so I keep it the same. My consistency. When I started off with training, I charged people like $50, man. I did a 28-day program, which people to this day speak about. To this day, 28-day program.
Okay.
I came there, spoke to the gym owner. I said, okay, I'm gonna give you all the money. I just want $50. I just need something out of this. And I was training like 100 people for $50. So I only made like 5K or so. Alright? But I got 100 transformations.
Yeah.
After that, I started posting these things, and I explained to them I'm only charging this little bit so that I can build my name.
Yes.
Consistency, 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 and something she spoke about earlier, word of mouth. This person tells that person, you tell that person tells that person has a friend overseas that's like, is he really that good?
Yes, yes.
Is he really that good? So eventually with all my transformations, people are like, go look on his page.
Yes, yes.
They go onto my Instagram, or go see our stuff, boom, 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 this looks unreal. Message, let's find out how real this is. I say, cool, try it out for a month. We have a policy that we don't hook you with contracts, nothing. You pay once, you stay as long as you want.
Okay.
I don't want to hook you. I don't want, people have said to me, Max, you need to. I've sat down with businessmen saying do 6 month programs and we'll keep them longer by you. I don't want that. When you want to leave, I want you to feel free to leave.
Yes. Yes.
I must be so good that you do not want to leave.
Yeah.
So this is where the market came in. I trusted God. I was consistent. I just kept on going and teaching her all the principles as well. She's grabbing all that and we are working together to just throw at this consistent. Overseas people, what they do, they see this, they contact us. Well, one overseas person says this works. Here's a testimony. I've got lots of testimonies up. The second overseas person comes, third person comes, and this is where our market grew.
Yeah.
We've just been consistent. We've just been trusting God. We have never chased a client down, ever. We don't need brochures. We don't need to go speak to people. We don't need marketing. We don't need anything. We trust God, and we are consistent. Over 20 years, we've been going and going and going, and it's been working.
I was speaking with a friend yesterday. I was speaking with a friend of mine, and I was telling him that, you know, when you are using your God-given talents, you do not have, when you're using your God-given talent for business, taking your God-given talent, you're using it for business. You can use your God-given talent as a hobby or to empower yourself or to just enjoy it for yourself. But if you're going to use it for business, there are two important things that you need to make sure are in place: consistency and professionalism. Don't worry about mastering that craft or that skill. Don't worry about that, because when you start worrying more about mastering that, then you are consuming it for yourself, and now you are neglecting the business side of it. Because if Max, you want to master your craft, you spending or making a ridiculous amount of time, 6 hours of your time in the gym, but you only giving me 40 minutes or 30 minutes, or you come there 30 minutes later or 10 minutes late. You're not consistent. On other days you don't come at all because you are training yourself, you're mastering yourself. You're gonna lose me as a client,
100%.
and you're not gonna build a proper business, a formidable business by doing that. So you don't need to master or to be worried about mastering. Just be consistent and be
100%.
professional if you're using it
100%.
in a business perspective. But if you want to train on your own and be a bodybuilder on your own or whatever, by all means.
Yeah,
Or
then you can manage sales
by all means.
Yeah,
By all
100%.
means. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Let's move on. Let's move on. I want to go into a more technical side of things. We about an hour over, 60 minutes over our show, but it's all good. I told you there's no time limit here. So Jade and Max, you know, business requires administration. You've got your overheads. There's just that whole administrative part of the business, and there are people that are looking at you guys. I'm not even gonna be shy about it. I saw a post of you one time that says that, you know what, if you're seeing somebody doing something good, I'm gonna paraphrase it. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
yes,
If you see somebody doing something great, something good, something that inspires you, there is nothing wrong by going towards them and saying, "Look, this is very great. This is very inspiring. Well done. Keep it up." Instead of trying to emulate
Steal it.
or steal it or copy it. So going back to the aspects of the business, there's the administration. So what is your guys' strategy? Do you have a workflow in your business? I know you touched on it briefly, but is there a specific workflow? And I'm being specific now that, okay, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I do my administration. Then Jade at 6 takes the kids to school, then comes back at this. Just a brief one. I want to look. I told them I'm going to be tapping into your life.
No, you can
I want
tap,
people
bro,
to
you can
see.
tap.
You know,
It's long. You're asking
Yeah.
questions that have long answers. You're asking questions that really, really have long answers.
Yeah.
Because like I say, it's a 24-hour that you're asking. About.
yes.
So we'll start the day at 3 a.m. She'll still be sleeping.
So you wake up at 3.
I wake up at 3.
Okay, that's point number 1. Good.
First thing I try and teach all my clients as well, do not put that phone here. I send her a Pedro Scullion is another great guy, great business guy that I listen to. He says every time you press that snooze button, you're adding your L. Because your L's and your W's, they weigh each other out.
Okay.
Every time you tap that snooze button, you're adding an L. You're going to become a loser.
Yeah. Okay.
At the end of the day, that's all you're going to be.
Mm.
Because later on, you are late anyways. I said to her the other day, we went to go drop off our kids. I'm like, I love my life. She asked me why. And I said, look how peaceful I am. Look how everybody's chasing past us like hooting, and you're starting off your day like this. I'm at peace. I started off at 3 a.m. I'm at peace. I've done everything that I needed to do. Everything is peacefully. Drop my kids off peacefully. Could do the rest of my day peacefully. 3 a.m. Put my phone there. It must be 10 meters from me. Because if it's here, I'm gonna subconsciously just boom.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Put it over there. I wake up to my opportunity clock. No alarm clock.
Yeah.
So when I open and it says, when I look at it and I'm like, it says, get ready to conquer this day. So I start my day off with a good motivational thing. You're going to conquer this day. Stop. We then go to the bathroom like I teach all my clients. Go pee, go do whatever you need to do. So that you are completely your normal body weight. That's the only time in the day you'll ever know what your normal, empty, fasted body weight is. Then we go weigh in.
Okay.
Every morning, same thing. Once I've weighed in, put it on the sheet. I know I weigh this much, 100 kgs, boom, put it down. Start my 3-minute timer. I started off with like 10 seconds, guys. This is the thing, just get started. Don't try and follow what I'm saying here, because you're gonna crash and burn. I started off with like 10 seconds. The same thing I was teaching my brother. He's also walking the path of God now.
Yes.
And I was teaching him, start with 10 seconds. You can't pray. Who can't close their eyes for 10 seconds? So then, 10, 9, love you God, 8, love you God, 7, love you God. That's all.
That's a prayer.
And then, done. You had a conversation.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 11 seconds. Or next week, 11 seconds. Next week, 12 seconds. So I'm now at 3 minutes. So just to wake myself up, I walk up and down our house. And I bless our house. And I just say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Sometimes I'm so tired, I can't think what I thank you for, but I'm thankful for something.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. And I was like, as I wake up, I'll start saying, thank you for my wife. Thank you for my kids. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the vehicle I can drive to where I'm going to go. Thank you for food on the table. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jesus, for coming down and dying for me on the cross. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 3 minutes, beep, 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 beep. Goes off. I'm like, cool, I did my 3 minutes. Righty, go back to my phone. Everything is on my phone. I track everything there because I add things on. Digital is much easier.
Yeah.
Then it's nice now. Everything can be here. Everything is over here.
Palm off your hand. Quick
Yes.
access.
Tracking out, just pulling, looking, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Okay, next thing, my story must go up, that motivational for the
Yes.
Okay, I need to motivate people. Cool, my supplements. I've got a box of supplements there. Which one now? Go out, it says here meal plan, go to meal plan, Okay, I need my fat burner, I need my multivitamin, I need, okay, cool. take that, have some of that. Very specific, very detailed. Do not drink too much water. You're going for a walk now.
Yeah.
50 mils of water.
Oh.
Get through a couple of very, very intricate things there. By 4 o'clock, I'm out there. 4 a.m., I'm out there. It's horrible now with load shedding, but I still do it. I say, devil, you will not defeat me. You will not take my consistency. As dark as it is outside. I can't see anything. I posted a thing the other day. It's dark, my man. You can only see there far with people's lights on. Yeah, you can't see your own feet. It's dark. Posted that video. I went and I said, devil, you will not take my consistency. I will be consistent. Because you will not steal it from me. Go to Leisure Isle, do my walk twice around Leisure Isle. It takes me 2 hours. But walking on that Leisure Isle is where we do most of our work. That's where my planning comes. So she at night already has set up what our finances are, what everything there is, throws it through to me. I don't reply, my phone is off. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't reply to messages either, because you can have a catastrophic day by just someone sending a messed up message the night before and you're waking up to this. So I don't look at any messages till I've gone around a bit and I've spoken to God, and I open up her messages. I still don't open up other people's messages because she knows not to upset me in that time.
Yes.
Now we start going with God. I go through my finances and I say, okay, we did good, we improved, God, but you are the God of everything. I can do better. Through Christ I can do all things. I can do better, God. Come on. I'm calling you out of it. You're my father. I'm going to speak to you like my father. I'm not going to speak to you like... and I can't be scared of my father, man.
Yes.
I can't.
It's a love relationship.
So I say to him, yo, Dad, I feel that I can do a little bit more than this, man. Give me a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I promise you it works. Because I get a little bit more the next day. And I'm like, we're on point now. I'm not greedy. I'm not stingy.
Yes.
But the more you give me, the more I give to the world.
Yeah.
The more I bless other people. And every person that I've blessed, we've been so blessed to bless so many people now. They know when I give that money to them, I say, this is not mine.
It's God's.
This is God's money. Thank you, Max. I say thank you there. It's not my money. So on that 2-hour walk, praying, speaking to God, I involve him in everything. I say, there's my finances. Okay, we're moving on. There's 8 aspects of life. This thing I really don't want to get into. We will really speak forever. But there's 8 aspects of life, which is your physical, your spiritual, your emotional, your environmental, which is what we spoke about earlier, your circle, what you control, environmental, all of these things. So I walk her through all of that. At night she walks through everything, sends me everything. I'll say, good dear, no, change this, no, edit, walking, praying, involving God in all our things, involving God in what is wrong in our marriage, not what is wrong, what we can improve in our marriage, what can we improve as parents, what can we improve on every single aspect. Run through all the business things, everything. By the time I get back to the car, my second round, it's about 6 o'clock. I sit there, finish up everything. Now I switch on my network. Now only this messages goes through to her. Nobody was able to mess with my mind. So from 3 to 6, for 3 hours, I gave it to God. Me and him were speaking.
Yes.
You that comes now with your negativity, what do I care? I'm strong. I'm on it now. I've done everything I needed to do for the day.
You've already established a good
Yes.
conversation, a good starting conversation
That's
with
what I
God.
say to you. That's only between 3 and 6.
Yeah.
You do not want me to keep going, man. I promise you do not want me to keep going.
I get you. I like that. Thank you for that. Jade, your side?
So how I start my day or how things go.
Yes, please.
My day is very different to his. Although it's very similar, it's very different. I also have my schedule. I have my times of what I do things at specific times.
Yes.
I have tasks that are time specific. So getting the kids ready for school is time specific.
Yes, that's
I
very
have
specific.
orders that need to be delivered at a specific time. So I have time to then I have other tasks like my admin, quotes, new clients, new things. Those things can happen at any time during the day. I can do it at 12. If I don't get it at 12, I can do it at 3. I don't have to do it at a specific time. So if I have platters that need to be done at 10, I have to leave all admin work that I usually do from 8 to 10 and push that to later so I get these platters, these cakes done. So I wake up at 5:30 only because I only get to bed at like 2 in the morning. 1, 2. He actually wants me to get to bed earlier, but sometimes I literally just can't. I'm getting there. He said I'm not getting enough sleep. So he says you need to work he says 11:15 I need to be going to bed. So I'm still trying to fit everything in that I need to get done so that his work is also set, that everything runs smoothly for the day. Then I wake up, I get myself ready. I do exactly the same as he does. I wake up, go to the bathroom, weigh myself. As soon as I've weighed myself, I put it into my notes and I send it to him. He's my accountability partner.
Okay.
So he's hardcore on me. He's hardcore on me. He doesn't play around when I mess up.
Yeah.
So I'll send my weight to him and he'll be like, good, you on track. He has a weight that I need to stay under every week because we're busy cutting. This is the weight you need to stay under. Why did your weight go up? No, you've got too much fuel in you. You don't need to eat so much. You're in a surplus.
Yeah.
More cardio, eat less. He's hard on me. Then I get ready, get the stuff for the kids ready for school, get the kids ready for school. Then when he comes home, he comes and he fetches us, and he takes us takes the boys to school. We drop them, and then we go train. And we've never actually been able to train together for 3 years. Time's turning 3 now, so it's basically 3 years. Because we can't train together because of the boys being at home.
Yeah.
So he has to train, he comes home, I have to train. I'm that person.
Okay, and some water. So coming back to you, Max. While Jade is taking a little bit of a water break there. I wanted us to, just after Jade finishes there, I wanted us to take a break and then come back to maybe some word of advice or just a word of advice to the viewers that are watching there. Mr. Producer, are there no questions or comments perhaps from people that you would like to show Max? I think let's do that. I think even if we rerun some of those comments, just so that Max can acknowledge them. No, just display them there. We'll see them. Yeah, just display them there. We'll see them. Then next, maybe you can talk to. Yeah, you can pen on Max. It's fine.
Sorry, man. It's my life with having kids. They make you sick. You have to deal with
it's
it.
all good. It's all good. Okay, you saw that.
Thank you. Thank you for the support. Our lecturer. It's taught me so much. See the Stellenbosch. I love it.
Okay, so can your friends come in, sending you some love there.
Thank you for the love.
That's Webster Zimba is part of this production.
Yeah,
That's all our graphics. There's a whole lot more. Actually.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Story. And
Thank you.
Camilla is also one of the.
I'm really sweating on this thing.
Watching Sound Tank as well. Desmond.
Desi.
Yes.
Messages from two humble people.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Desi,
Yeah.
Nana saying
My
salute.
brother.
Thank you.
You know Nana?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the last one? Alright, so you have some people that are watching you there. I checked, I was watching also the live feed from you. There were some people there was quite a number of people watching, so yeah,
That's
people.
good.
So you wanna kill it off?
Yes, let me try. Maybe if I just speak, maybe if I speak too much. Hey. Okay.
Oh, you wanna take us to a break? No, it's all good. Yeah, let's go to a break. It's all good.
Yeah, I can get some more pills.
Ghost. About visuals on the target. Calling the drone.
Roger that. Eagle Eye. This is Ghost. Bring the bird.
Roger that. The bird is on the move.
Target is 900 meters away. Shutter speed 1000.
Permission to engage granted. Eliminate the target.
Roger that.
Targets eliminated. Ready for evac.
Ghost. About visuals on the target. Calling the drone.
Roger that. Eagle Eye. This is Ghost. Bring the bird.
Roger that. The bird is on the move.
Target is 900 meters away. Shutter speed 1000.
Permission to engage granted. Eliminate the target.
Roger that.
Targets eliminated. Ready for evac. Awesome. Welcome back. We just had to take a quick little break there, guys. Please, once again, please excuse our sweat. It's it's very hot in here, but the conversation is not sweaty. I'm sure you are gaining a proper conversation and you're gaining some insight into this beautiful couple's lives. They are sharing everything with you. We've gotten to know a couple of things from what Maxwell really means, to how they run their lives from 3 a.m. in the morning. So we know a whole lot more about these people now. So Jade, we're gonna go back to you. You were talking about your schedule.
Yes, and having kids, it makes you have to deal with it. This is not even my normal voice.
No, it's understandable.
Yeah, so where I left off is we go train together, and I don't know, I have a thing in me. If I don't train with him, I don't train hard enough. People think I train good, I train heavy, but I don't push myself to the capacity that I actually can train
Yeah.
to actually get the proper results. So it was one of my best things to know that I can get back to training with him every single day.
Yes.
So then after training, then we get home and he does his admin, he does his things he needs to do on his schedule, and I either do admin, quotes, finances, drawing up new menus, working with the clients, getting back to messages, sending new training programs that he's written, sending it to the clients, sending it out, improving what they need to improve,
Yeah.
go back to his messages, see what he says, okay, say this to this client, this diet needs to go to this client, change this, improve this, and then I do I'm like the middleman. I take the message from him to them.
Yes.
So getting to all of that, and then like I say, I bake and I cook whichever orders that needs to be done for the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it can get a little bit too much sometimes if you're gonna be tackling everything on your own.
Yeah.
Look, I know it. And with you guys, as I was listening to you, the schedule of your admin is very up and down. It's very erratic.
Yeah.
With you, Max, perhaps maybe your clients most of the admin is towards the end of the month or just before the end of the month?
Every day.
Every day. And with Jade as well, you must send
Every day.
quotations and all of that.
We don't just do things on a Monday or just
Yeah.
send this on a Tuesday.
Oof.
If someone quotes me and asks me for something for Tuesday, I
It
send
must
them.
be.
We don't have a specific day. We
Yeah.
do specific things. It's every single day we do it. So it gets a lot, especially only us two.
Better daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it catches up
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Like if we have to wait a month with our admin, we'll
Yeah.
be screwed. We'll never catch up. So daily is much better.
Yeah,
much better.
I get it. Guys, before we wrap up, before we finish and wrap up the show, is there maybe anything that you would, any advice that you would like to give to people within the same space in terms of the professional space and in terms of the family or life space as well? What great advice would you, just in general?
Probably one of my first things would be to say is put God first.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
I'll say that too.
Put God first.
Hundreds.
Ground yourself in God. If you both ground yourself in God, everything is just up from there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have bad days. It's not going to be easy. Not every day is gonna be a breeze. Not every day is gonna be joy and happiness.
Yeah.
But once you've grounded yourself, there's nothing you can.
You can't
stress on.
shake his
Yeah.
foundation, bro. You can shake us.
Yeah.
You can shake us as beings, but
Yeah.
you can't shake God.
God's foundation.
If you put yourself in there, like I always make this picture for her. This is me and this is her. If we're on our own foundations, bro, we're gonna be
Yeah.
all over. Because I'm human. I'm gonna be emotional at some things.
Yes.
She's human. She's gonna be emotional something. But if we ground ourselves in God, we're stuck there. As much as we are trying to, we're stuck in Him, and He will keep us together.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What more? There must be more that we can.
no, there's a lot more. But I mean,
That's the main one.
that's the original.
Yeah. Okay.
But a good thing that my pastor spoke about today is that, and they speak about this a lot at CRC, again, why I love that church. You can't just not want to work because you know God.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, I'm saved now, I'm going to chill.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have to put in the grind. So with putting God first, you still have to put in the grind. You still have to be consistent. So put in that work. But put in the work and trust God. Trust the process.
Yes.
If you feel in your heart, I'm a photographer, man, you are a story by yourself. you come from Big and Bay.
Yes. Yes. True.
And I mean, there you already had the thing. God put this thing in my head.
Yes.
And I'm going to do it. That was a very inspiring story for me. I've told you this a few times.
Actually, look how I'm
Seeing
getting
you
goosebumps.
come from there and
Yeah.
I'm building to what I'm seeing you now. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Thank
man.
you.
And that's one of those stories. That's one of those things. That's why we're out there speaking to people
Yeah.
about these things. Ground yourself in God and grind consistently. Don't look for results tomorrow.
Yes.
Here's the thing that I tell all my clients as well. Yes, you see a lot of 2 weeks transformations and a lot of 3 weeks transformations on my page. Brilliant. In 3 weeks, those people have gained it all back again. The guys, there's a very good example. Go look for Davi on my thing. He was 160 kgs. Took him years to get down to 80
Ginger
kgs.
hair?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it took him years to get down to 80 kgs. But now he's consistently 80 kgs. It took him years, and now he consistently stays
I
there. The
remember
other
that
people
story
who
very
are
well.
2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's great. But then you're back there again. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're looking for that quick, instant gratification.
Yes.
So grind. Focus on God. Grind consistently. Consistently. And believe in the process. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with waking up every day, doing this thing, saying, I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Even if it's this little bit, I'm getting better. Wake up, trust God, grind.
Yeah.
Wake up, trust God, grind. And don't look for where you're supposed to be. Just one little step.
Yes.
One little step. When you look up again, you'll be like, wow, I left everything behind. Look how far I came.
Yeah.
So trust God, be consistent, man. Grind. Grind, 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 grind. And your grind in your time is not other people's time.
Yes.
I don't go, Africa's this old, I must be this, I must be 60, I
Yeah.
must be married at this time. Nah, dude, you got your own time. God's working with you.
Yes.
Everyone's
God is
timelines
grinding
are
with you.
different.
Yeah. Otherwise, life would be so boring. Imagine if we all got a job at 20, everyone all got a job at 20, and we all have houses at 30.
Yeah.
Life would be so boring, eh?
Yeah, I know.
And I guess there wouldn't be any space. There wouldn't be enough space, because look, if we were meant to come to this house at 2 o'clock, everyone was meant to come to this house at 2 o'clock. The house would be full.
Yeah,
There wouldn't
there'll
be
no
space.
for anybody.
But others were
Yes.
meant to come at 5.
Yes.
When the
yes.
others are left at 3, then the others
100%.
at 7. It makes sense. So put God first. Put God first. Grind, consistency. That's a message that is coming from Jade and Maxwell. Kiewitz, a powerful couple that I've come to know for many years. I've known Jade before you got together, actually. Jade's parents used to shop at Pick and Pay. They used to be my customers. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for coming through. It was a very insightful conversation. I don't want to call it an interview. It was a very insightful conversation, and I'm really glad that you came. I'm sure a whole lot of people that are watching at home as well got to learn a whole lot more about you, and a whole lot more about life, and God as well, spirituality.
Yes.
It's something that we don't tap into very often. We spoke about what you consume is what you are, you are what you eat, and what you listen to as well can be what you are. So Maxwell and Jade, thank you very much. And thank you to everyone that has tuned in today. Remember, you are watching this show from our Garden Road TV on YouTube, or you are watching it from Black and White Visual Media's Facebook page. We thank you guys. If you haven't subscribed to Garden Road TV, please do so now. I'm sure Max is going to tell all his followers to subscribe to Garden Road TV. There's a whole lot of things that are going to be going on Garden Road TV. We'll make this work. You'll see. So from me, Mr. Producer, thank you very much as well. Chowder in the background there, controlling our video, controlling our sound. Thank you so much. You've done a beautiful job, my man. We appreciate you. Without you, the show wouldn't have happened. So yeah, thank you. That's us. Peace out. We're signing out. Max, thank you very
Cheers,
much.
man.
Thanks, man.
Thank
Jade,
you
thank you
very
very much.
Thank you so much.
For coming through.
Thank
Guys,
you.
sorry for the heat. I'm
Thank
going to get an air conditioner. I'll probably next time.
Soon.